Well, it's been 3 days now since the nation was gripped by the horrific story told by a mother of her daughter being snatched from their home and raped. Police have had several hours and put into that investigation since then, and they now tell us that they do not have any reason to believe that that sexual assault ever took place. Joining us live tonight is Inspector Altaida Bowles. She is with the Missing and Exploited Persons Division with the Royal Bahamas Police Force, which also deals with child abuse cases and missing persons cases. Good evening to you, Inspector.
Good evening, Kijito.
Well, first of all, we heard this story. Everybody was touched, angered, and so many other emotions came into play here as we heard a mother say that a child was snatched away from the home and raped. But since then, what have police learned and what conclusion have you reached on that?
Since the investigation commenced, we have found out the young lady was taken from her home and found wandering in the area of the cemetery. The young lady was then taken to the hospital where she was examined by a doctor in the presence of police officers. She also gave us an account of what occurred. Based on the examination and her account, we have reason to believe there was no sexual intercourse that took place as listed in the Sexual Offences Act.
So you do not believe this 8-year-old girl was raped, which leads me to the next question, which you began to answer already, but what components of the story are you led to believe are true?
Based on the victim's account, she is stating that she was taken from a home and dropped off by the cemetery. We have information that a good citizen assisted the victim to the police station. So far, we know that account to be correct.
Where is the girl now and what is happening with her? And are there concerns about safety, just in a broad way, in that home?
The young lady is in the home with her mom. We also know that social services is presently involved in the home. They're doing home visits. The social services found out that this home is not fit for the child or have reason to believe that her safety will be compromised. They will remove the child from that home.
Now, I know that suspects were taken into custody. Obviously, everyone who lived in that home was questioned. What's the potential for criminal charges at this point, especially since you still believe that that child was actually found wandering at some very early hour of the morning Sunday?
There are a number of offenses that we can look at when we have a suspect in custody in relation to this matter. At this time, we seek not to look into the sexual intercourse part of the offense.
Okay. Well, there were several other cases. The most recent just this morning, a 12-year-old boy reported missing at 3 a.m. after, according to the accounts given by family, being seen around 5 o'clock in the afternoon. What's the story there? Where does this investigation go from here?
Well, first, let me say the investigation is still open. So it's a very new investigation. We cannot share much, but we know that this young boy was reported missing sometime after 3 a.m. when a parent discovered that the child was not at home. Since then, the police have launched an investigation. The child did return to the home, and we discovered that the child was with a friend of the family. We have had parties involved, brought to the Central Detective Unit where we recorded statements. This matter is still open under investigation.
At what point in this scenario or ones like it do neglect charges or suspicions come into play?
After we would have conducted all our investigation, we would look at pressing charges. But I must say parents need to pay more attention and have better supervision with their children. Supervise kids that are on the phone, supervise their children to ensure that they're home and they're going where they're supposed to go.
And there were yet 2 other cases, and of course